Hello everyone, this is BMW OSS, and today I have a review of the Victorinox Outrider Swiss Army knife. And before I go into it at all, I just want to say my channel isn't actually on knife reviews and camping reviews. It's mostly actually gaming, and I thought maybe I'll post this on a different channel, but then I thought, you know what, I'll just do this as a one-off. So don't subscribe if you're wanting to see more knife reviews, because you won't have any more. So this is a one-off video, and for all my, for my subscribers that might be watching this, I'll have more gaming stuff up. This is just a one-off review, but I thought I'd review this the knife, because it is a really useful tool, and I think everyone should have it, and so I just thought I'd give my review on it. Alright, so as I said, this is the Outrider, red Victorinox, as you can see, and yeah, I got this in Switzerland actually, and I got it for around it was, I think, around 60 francs, which was around $70 Australian, because I'm Australian. So yeah, in Australia, otherwise it would cost around $100, so I saved myself a reasonable amount of money there. So anyway, I'll go through all the tools on it, and I'll give you my full review. Now, before I go any further, it is 4 spaces wide, so if you have another Swiss Army knife, they're all sort of divided into these spaces. It's 4 spaces wide, so I don't know, mate, that will hopefully give you a bit of an idea on the size. In terms of the length, it's a lockable blade, and all the lockable blade knives are quite a bit longer. So if you, especially the climber's only about that big compared to this knife. So this is a bit of a bigger knife, and when I got it I thought maybe it's a bit too big. After a while I got used to it, and now I don't think I could go in it with anything smaller. So yeah, really worth it. Anyway, so I'll go through the tools now. Number 1, we've got the knife. It's a lockable blade, as I said, so it's pretty much a safety feature to stop the knife closing over your fingers. But if you want to close the knife, you just pull back this switch and clip it shut, and that's pretty easy, and it's a nice feature, because I really would not want that knife to close on my fingers. That'd be probably very painful. Anyway, so next we have the wood saw. This isn't lockable, but I mean, if you're not retarded, then you won't close over your fingers. This is a very useful tool for cutting it through branches. It saws through branches quickly, easy to clean. It doesn't need sharpening, and I'm not sure if you can sharpen it, but I've never heard of anyone having any problems with the wood saw becoming blunt. Very useful tool. It's probably the most, if you have a look at the knife just quickly, the knife is a very sort of polished, it's very polished, whereas the wood saw seems to be quite rough, but it doesn't seem to affect its performance at all. So that's also a very useful tool. Next we have, in the next section we have 2 tools in one section. We've got the scissors. These won't cut anything big, but they'll cut paper, they'll cut bandages or fabric, or thread. I use these a lot actually, because you've got the knife on you often, and you can just pull these out and cut whatever you need quickly. The next thing we have is the Phillips head screwdriver. Now this is a small Phillips head screwdriver. I don't have the size or anything, but it's quite small. I've found that I mostly use this for opening up technology and stuff, because a lot of technological things use smaller screws, so that's very useful. And they both close over each other, so they take up less space. Next we have the multi-tool. This is it's a bottle opener. It's a wire crimper, as you can see there. It's a flathead screwdriver, and it's quite a good flathead screwdriver, and it's also a pry bar, but within reason, so don't pry open a door, but maybe pry a piece of bark off a tree. Just don't force it because you don't want to break it. But it is, don't get me wrong, it's a very sturdy tool on the knife, and I've never had it bend or break on me, so very useful. You'll use this a lot. Next we have the can opener. Well, you know, it opens cans, works well, keep it sharp, it never sort of becomes blunt, I suppose, because cans don't really wear it down, but another very useful tool. Then we have the corkscrew, you know, open up wine bottles, also very useful I found in getting knots undone. You just poke because it's quite a blunt edge, it's not an incredibly sharp point, so it won't go through the fabric, or well, through the rope. It'll loop around and you can get the knot undone. So that's a very useful little secondary tool you can use, well, little, you know, side tool. Here we have the toothpick and the tweezers. Tweezers are very good. I heard people say, oh, they're too flimsy, but I find these tweezers, use them so much. If you've got a splinter, these tweezers will get them out. Just make sure you always put them back and don't lose them, because that's a problem. People lose them, they leave them places, they put them down, never pick them back up again. So overall I find this knife is perfect for me, at least. It's got everything I need. I didn't want pliers, I didn't want anything else. And the thing with Swiss Army knives is, well, Victorinox Swiss Army knives and all Swiss Army knives, all knives, the more stuff you have on, the heavier and the thicker and sort of more cumbersome they become. And this one fits in your hand perfectly. It's really, it's a good weight. Fantastic. If you have it in your pocket, you completely forget it's there. And yeah, so I recommend this to anyone else, to anyone who's going to go be camping a lot or anything. And yeah, okay, so that is my review on the Victorinox Outrider. Subscribe if you want to see gaming stuff, but as I said, there's not going to be any more knife reviews or anything out on this channel. Okay, so hit the like button if this was helpful, and I might see you later. See ya.